Okay, so my presentation is on communication disorders, and I am Alexis Fuller. So, to start off, what is a communication disorder? So, it's any impairment with the ability to receive, send, process, comprehend concepts or verbal, nonverbal, and graphic symbol systems. So, that's a lot to say, kind of a mouthful. So, simply said, it's an issue with either receptive or expressive language. And it's also an umbrella term for other or for different disorders. So, there's quite a few different disorders under communication disorders. So, first off, the first subcategory is speech disorders, which that's defined as an impairment of the articulation of speech sounds, fluency, and or voice. This is also an umbrella term. And so in speech disorders, we have an articulation disorder, which is an atypical pronunciation of speech sounds characterized by substitutions, omissions, additions, or distortions that may interfere with intelligibility. So that means if a student in your classroom is adding words, leaving out words, saying things that don't really make sense, or just a few things are a little bit different, sometimes it may just be the pronunciation of their words as well are incorrect. But this is not due to region or accent. So then there are fluency disorders as well, which is defined as an an interruption of the flow of speaking characterized by atypical rate, rhythm, repetition in sounds, syllables, and phrases. These can be accompanied by a lot of tension, struggling behavior, and secondary mannerisms. So these are things that just the student may be saying the correct words, but they say them in a very either monotone or irregular way. The third subcategory in speech disorders is language disorders. Voice disorders, which are the abnormal production and or absence of vocal quality, pitch, loudness, resonance, and or duration, which is an inappropriate for the student's age and or sex. So these are things that just don't sound right. So typically this can be a student that has a very, very high pitch voice, or a student with a very, very low pitch voice, someone that can't speak loudly or won't speak loudly, or a student that yells regularly, even when they're not upset or frustrated. The second subset of communication disorders are language disorders. So these are impairments in comprehension and or the use of spoken, written, and or other symbol systems. They involve the form of language, which are either